Welcome back to episode number 27 in our Oxygen Not Included Redux series, everybody. We managed to get our achievement for not okay but pretty cool. We got a building down to 6 Kelvin, but we have a slightly more pressing matter right now that we need to deal with. I noticed this right as I was editing the video last time. I made a major mistake. Our duplicate in here doesn't have any more oxalate. So the oxygen that's in this room is all the oxygen he has left. Did the math, and he has just enough oxygen to get him through about 5 cycles. He has 5 cycles left to get 2 here. And then he has to come 8 cycles back. No bueno. So we need to change our destination. Now he has 1.8 cycles to get back home. That's where we're going. So that means hopefully the oxygen in this room will last him to get us back. We'll get it landed, and we will keep on going to fight the good fight. Alright, so while we have him coming back, let's take a look at our achievement down here. So this room is now actually a little bit warmer when you reload the game. Sometimes it does that, but also this is cycling back and forth because this thermal aqua tuner has to take it down 14 degrees. Even though I'm trying to go down to 271, this is having some trouble running 100% because it can't take the liquid past 271. It's trying to go 14 degrees cooler. But if it goes 14 degrees cooler from 269, it would take it outside the bounds of the game. So we don't need it to keep going anymore because it's done its job. So we're going to cut the power to this aqua tuner. That means nothing in here is consuming power. The steam is still nice and warm in here. We'll let it run through the steam turbines, generate some power, and then we're just going to let everything cool down. Steam will cool off. Supercoolant will warm up. It'll come to a natural state, and then all we'd have to do is reconnect the power to this if we decided in the future we wanted to use this for something else. But otherwise, we'll just leave it sitting here for now. Having a room that can produce super cold temperatures is not a bad thing. There may be a purpose for it coming up. But for now, it's going to stay just like it is. And we're going to start working on this in this episode on our rocket area. So these rocket platforms, I already took the rocket off of here. These rocket platforms, I want to move them up because the rocket exhaust when the rocket was taking off was causing issues. That's why I had to redirect this transit tube. Heat was coming down into these tiles directly below it. So I want to build new rocket platforms up at this level. So the first thing I'm going to do is deconstruct this rocket platform. And yeah, that's it. That'll be good. And then we'll put a new platform up at this level all the way across, and we'll start building our new rocket platform up here. Now, what that means is I'm going to want to move the gantries up so that they match on this side, like I have them for the rocket that I use for the hydrogen rockets, or the rocket platform, I mean. So we're going to put gantries to go all the way to the top. That's good. And then we're going to put a ladder that goes all the way to the top of that. Oops. And then the other thing I'm going to do, let's see, what level is this? Lagging. Yeah. So let's do the ladder again. This is the level we want it on. So right here, we'll jump over like this and like this. And we need 7 blocks to put a rocket platform on. And then I'm going to put a ladder that goes up on this side. And we can stop right here. I just want to have access on this side, so in case I need to build some ladders over to get to piping I want to do on this side of the thing, that's fine. We're also going to build 7 tiles on this side. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to leave 1 gap, and we'll put this here. That gives us enough space that we're set. And so then the last step, as far as buildings go, is we're going to put gantries coming out on this side so that we can do power for our gantries all together. Oops, one too far out. And so we'll just mirror image our system on that side. We're out of steel. I'll have to wait for that to get done. Let's take this off, this off, and this off. I'm going to leave this one for right now just so that they can get across to finish building these things. I don't want somebody building these tiles and stuck on them because the ladders haven't been finished yet. I've had that happen before. So let's do, for now, I'm going to leave the middle line because we're probably going to be running simple lines up. We might use it. We're going to deconstruct that. I'm going to deconstruct this bridge so that I can put, what I had done on the line here on the left is I had switched the bridge to go the other way to empty the petroleum back into the system. I'm going to do the same here. We'll deconstruct this bridge and put it back. Okay, let's check on our astronaut. 0.6 cycles left to go. Oxygen in here. We're still good on oxygen. Okay, so this is going to work. I thought we were going to be close coming back to get him in, but I think we caught it early enough. So he should make it back into orbit. We'll put him in a suit, get him out of here. And we're going to change this to hold 5,000 kilograms of oxalate. And then we're going to go to our oxalate farm. And we're going to set this to continue producing oxalate until we have 10,000. We have the priority on this set. Increase the priority here. Gold is stored down in our industrial block at 7. So if we set this to 8, bring gold up here first. Keep producing gold down there until we'll run out. Gold is what we need to make the oxalate. All right, so we got lots of construction started for that. They're not going to be able to reach those because I don't have that. Give me a ladder so we can get out there. And from the automation wire, I don't need these wires. Actually, let's remove all of this. Leave this one right here. I think I'm going to do automation as 2 lines that go up here. So I'll have a switch right here for that one, and then I'll put another switch next to it for the other gantry. This will go up. There will be a gantry there as soon as I have the steel. And then that way I can control these gantries independently. I'm making these automation wires out of steel. It's only 5 kilograms per space, even though I'm low on steel at the moment, because that way I don't have to worry about them melting or anything like that. Okay, so once that's done, that means the gantries will all be set up except for that one. That's good. check out the rocket again. 100 seconds left. Oxygen is good. And Hayes is headed back inside. So when we get down to really low, actually, let's do it right now. I just want to make sure he has his atmo, so once he takes it with him, I don't want him getting burnt leaving the rocket. All right, cool. So he'll make it to surface, and then we can start refueling and preparing the rocket properly this time with enough oxalate. Yeah, see, this did what I thought it would do. The gold in here is higher priority, so now they filled this up. I have 100 kilograms of gold. This can keep on running until this gets full. And then if I come down here, this is where our gold production is. Oh, it looks like we actually already placed it. Actually, we probably had gold in our regular storage, and that's where it grabbed it from. But that means that it prioritizes that gold storage over this one. So it'll continue to produce gold while we're waiting, or while we have that one full. Otherwise, that one would have stayed half empty, and it wouldn't have asked for gold until it ran out, and then they would have ran all the way down here to get gold to take up there. Not what we want. Rocket has landed. Hayes is probably still inside because the gantries are not open. There we go. Safely back home. And then, like I said, we will continue to refuel the rocket. Means when the water's filled back up, we'll be bringing in some more food to stock back up to the max. And more rad pills to stock back up to the max. And this time we'll get some oxalate in here to stock back up to the max. And this is set at 9, so it pulls it from the storage for immediately as soon as it lands. So we'll let that go, and then we'll head back out with him. Like I said, we're going to finish building our new rocket bay. I'm going to just do these 2 bays and get it all designed how I want it to be. And then I will figure out exactly what I'm going to do with the rockets. One thing I am going to do is this rocket I'm going to be retrofitting to become a hydrogen rocket. And I dismantled this rocket over here, and then I realized I could have done that with that one too. But so rather than redesign the Spacefarer module inside, I'll pull off the petroleum engine, put in a hydrogen engine. I'll remove these so I can put in the proper liquid oxidizer and fuel tanks. And these fuel tanks would be fine, but I don't think that there's a way to just empty them. So I'm just going to deconstruct them and rebuild them. That means the petroleum will drop down in a bottle, and we'll handle it that way. But once this rocket is rebuilt as a hydrogen rocket, I will put a new rocket platform here. I'll just send this one up into orbit, and then I'll land it on the new rocket bay. That way I can delete this one and put in 2 more rocket bays here, and we'll do the same thing. We'll move all of our rockets into their proper spot. We now have more than enough oxalate on board. Oxygen's not going to be a problem. Everything else has been pretty much refilled. These are just at the max they're going to get to. I don't know why it says 398,000. Maybe because he just ate something out of it. But we are ready to relaunch our rocket. So we're going to go out here. We're going to go here. We're going to change to crew only. We're going to take our gantry. We're going to close it. We are going to change our destination. And I'll tell you what, let's go to this spot here this time, just to do something different. Rocket set, ready to go. We're going to launch. Hopefully I didn't forget anything this time. I think we're all golden. What I want to check here, watching to see the heat. So I think the heat is all coming upwards because of the insulated tile here. When we launch a rocket from this side, I want to see if the regular tiles allow the heat to go down. My hope is that I'll be able to somehow utilize that to capture some of that heat, all that steam. We'll do some testing with it, see what we can do. Okay, so we're gonna let this construction over here go, but I wanted to get back over to the Gorgani colony because in the last episode I had gotten a Sweetle egg and I sent it over here. And so it would have gotten dropped off down here. Let me check and see if I actually still have it. Or if maybe it hatched and it's gone. See all of our resources. We look at critter eggs. I have a hatchling egg. I have pip eggs. Doesn't look like I have a Sweetle egg. Maybe I didn't get it over here. I mean, I sent it over, but it didn't get here. Okay. One thing I want to get working on with this is where's our hatch setup? We set it here. I'm gonna put in a incubator. I think I'm gonna put it in right here, just because that'll be easy. My goal is that I want to set this up so that we can get some smooth hatchling eggs when we get one. Right now, do I have anything set up? I don't have anything set up that breaks any eggs. So any extra eggs we get, where do they end up? So eggs that are laid in here just sit here. I don't have any automation in here yet. That's something I should work on too. Specifically though, I'm trying to find a way to get to a smooth hatchling egg for the achievement of creating refined metal using the smooth hatchlings. So these stone hatches have a 1% chance of laying a smooth hatchling egg. So once we get one, I want to incubate it so that it becomes a smooth hatch. And what the next thing I want to do is start building a stable for the smooth hatchling. So we'll do this. We're just going to replicate this entire system here, where we put in a station, put in a storage bin, we'll put in a critter feeding station. Oh, I'm off by one. What am I? Oh, I'm off by one because this room has one extra space because of the shape. This room is 89 tiles. This one will be 93. Fine. We'll leave it like there just for symmetry. Basically, we're going to get this set up. We're going to get some ore in here, and we'll set the feeder to drop off ore, and then we're going to set this critter drop off for smooth hatchlings, and this incubator I'm going to set for smooth hatchling eggs. So as soon as they lay one, I don't know if I'll be able to set it without it actually being able to be in there. Yeah, let's do it. Good, we got it. We'll even power it. Let's see, how do I have the automation down here? I could run the... I could piggyback the automation off of that. Actually, it'd be easier just to set up its own automation. So let's do timer. And since we're not going to be running it to any other ones, I don't need the other filters and stuff. I'm just going to set it up so that we have a timer here. And the timer is going to turn this on 60 seconds a day. And so then when we're done, as soon as these guys lay a smooth hatchling egg, instead of just taking the egg off to wherever we take the eggs and it hatching, I think we put it into our main storage and then they drown. We'll take the smooth hatchling, we'll put it in here. It will incubate and grow. And then up here, critters will be smooth hatchlings. Smooth hatch and smooth hatchling. We're going to set this for the smooth, for the food for smooth hatch. Let's see, what kind of metal ores do we have on this side? One that I have the most of, I think, might be aluminum or gold amalgam. What do I have that's renewable over here? This is iron. And then I think I have a gold volcano somewhere. Or is that on the other side of the map? I have a cobalt. Eventually I'm going to use that. Let's use cobalt in here. I don't mind using up the cobalt ore, because eventually I'm going to do something with that and make a cobalt refinery. I don't want refined metal, I want metal ore. Cobalt ore. That's fine. And we'll do this same thing here. Okay, so this is all set up. As soon as we set this. So we want green on for 60 seconds, and then we want red on for 600 seconds. That means 60 seconds a day, this incubator will fire up. We need, if there's an egg in it, it'll turn on and it will heat the egg up, and then it'll run. Then that way we can set up the farm for smooth hatching. I'm only going to farm smooth hatches just long enough so that we can get the refined metal we need for the achievement. Then I'm going to get rid of them, and I'll use this stable for something else. But that means this can run in the background. We don't have to worry about it. As soon as there's a smooth hatchling egg, it'll do its thing. It'll get us a smooth hatch, and that hatch will start eating cobalt ore and making cobalt for our achievement. So I don't have to think about it again for a little while. I do want to come over here and start doing some extra work very soon, because I want to do some rearranging of stuff, because I want to utilize these volcanoes. I want to utilize the uranium, and I also want to add in more stables so that I can have more all the animals here. Like, that was the original goal for this colony. I may redesign where I have everything, put some more stables going this way. We'll see. That's going to take some time to figure out exactly what we're going to do. But let's go back to... Ooh, I'm surfing dark now. A tiny bit. But we're sitting on a ton of swamp pits. Let's go back to our main colony and check out where our rockets are at. So we're building the new rocket platforms. How is our guy up here? So I just want to check to see. He's just starting out. View interior. Plenty of oxalate. The other problem we had is that we didn't have the oxalate that was in here. This will sit and it won't turn into oxygen because now we're at pressure. Since we had such a little amount, it all turned into oxygen right away. So he's going to go and do his thing. We'll just let this rocket go off to the edges of the outer rim. And we'll continue on with our plan for exploration after, now that we have fixed our minor delay problem. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. We'll do some more on Gorgani during the next episode while we continue to explore the galaxy, which was our plan for this episode if we hadn't accidentally came very close to killing our astronaut. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.